loves. I have a very nice prophecy for you, and this correlates to the transformation of the first fruits army. So I'm going to go ahead and give you the title, Mighty Exploits of the Transformed, given January 31st, 2021. With permission from the boy's parents, I would like to share a dream that was sent to me recently. It was given to a 12-year-old boy and has been reoccurring for a year since he was 11. He and his family reside in Mexico, and they are very strong disciples of Yahushua. This dream confirms things I have been shown as well over the years, and it describes some of the roles of the remnant once they have been transformed as the first fruits army. As always, please pray for discernment and counsel from the Holy Spirit when you read or watch any prophecies. Transcript: My son's dream. I want to share with all of you a dream that my son had approximately July 25th, 2020. This is the dream and how he explained it to me. Transcript: I saw myself walking through an open place like a forest, and suddenly I appeared in the sky. Being in heaven, I understood that the rapture had already happened. I was in a place that was like a very large temple. It was very beautiful, and there were pearly white columns throughout the place. In front was a large throne, but I didn't see anyone sitting on it. I saw a red carpet that reached up to the throne, and it had something golden on its edges. An angel stood in front of me who was very tall, about 5 meters. He had blonde hair and blue-green eyes, wore a white robe, and had huge wings. His wings were bigger than the angel himself. After a while, the angel stretched forth his hand towards me, and a red diamond was in his hand. He then gave me these instructions. Go to the concentration camps and take the people to your base, where your family is, but only take the ones with a red diamond floating above their heads. First, take the children, then the youngsters and adults, and finally the elders. Then he said, go. When I took the diamond, it melted and began to run all over my arm, then all over my body, especially my legs, giving me a lot of strength to run. Then he gave me what looked like a bracelet that I put on my wrist. I turned my wrist to see it more clearly, and a map of the whole world appeared. I could move it, and it was like a hologram. A moment later, I appeared on Earth again, carrying a bracelet with me. I ran and appeared in a totally unknown place where there were many buildings. It was like a USA city, not like the ones in Mexico where we live. Most of the buildings were destroyed, and there were few people walking around. Some were lying dead on the floor. I was very scared by what I saw and ran again. Then I appeared in another place, looked at the map, and saw that there was a building in front of me. I still couldn't see it, but the map indicated that it was there. I looked closely at the screen on my map, and it said, Mission: go and rescue the people who have the red diamond and take them to your base. Run a little. I ran a little as the mission said, and at the entrance of the building there were many soldiers. The walls were very thick inside and outside, and there was a barbed fence as well. All of the soldiers were all well armed. I walked in front of them, and as I passed, I made them fall asleep, and they all fell to the ground. Then I found myself facing a high wall with a width of approximately 4 meters. A voice inside of me told me to step back because you're going to cross through the wall. I drew back a little bit and then ran as fast as I could through the wall. When I went through the wall, I saw many people in isolation. They saw me and were surprised. Without saying anything, I began to take the children who had the red diamond floating above their heads. I took 2 under each arm, and I was not my normal size. I was 2 meters, 10 meters tall. I saw several women giving birth in the camp. The children, when they were born, had the red diamond floating above their heads, but the mothers in some cases did not, which caused me a lot of sadness. When I took the first children, they were 2 and 3-year-old children. They cried, and their mothers tried to stop me from taking them, but they could not. I ran, and in 5 seconds I had reached the base where my family was. My father received those I was carrying. I saw that my older sister, Daisha, was running the place. She was giving instructions to my sister, Mia, who also gave instructions to other people. They too had different powers like me. I returned to the camp to get more people many times, and I managed to bring more than 2,000 people back to where my family was. There were approximately 200,000 prisoners in the concentration camp. Every time I left the camp, I said to my dad, I'm coming. A pastor who was among the people at the camp, who seemed familiar to me and recognized me, told the people not to worry, that the children would be better off with me. Some people who didn't have the red diamond floating above their heads told me to take them with me, but I didn't. I wasn't allowed to. On one of the times when I returned to the concentration camp, I saw many soldiers who were alarmed because they realized what was happening, and they began to take the people to the guillotines to kill them. The soldiers took about 100 people who had the red diamond floating above their heads. I went to the place where the guillotines were kept, and when they were about to fall, time stopped. I saw many clocks on the walls that had stopped, and all of the people there did not move. Then, one by one, I took the heads of those with the red diamonds out of the guillotines and carried all of them to my home base. This all happened when time was stopped. I remember that our base was camouflaged and it was impossible to see it from the outside. A giant bubble covered it, making it transparent. I also remember that my map indicated that there were many concentration camps around the world. The one that I went to was marked in green, and the others were in gray. I also remember that the people who were in the field were of many nationalities. I knew this because the country they were from was on their t-shirt. End of dream. Father about his son. My son told me that he had been having the same dream for a whole year repeatedly, but he never wanted to tell his mother or I until this last time, because he had not understood it. We hope this dream blesses you as much as it has opened our eyes to what is coming. Have faith in Yeshua. Stand firm in what Father has called us to do. God be praised that we are awake and waiting for his instructions to be moved forward in his perfect timing. Shalom. And that's the end of the transcript. I hope this blesses you as much as it has blessed me. God bless you, and as always, take this to prayer for all and any confirmations. Shalom.